The ingredients for this recipe include the eggs, some basil I have that I want to use before it goes bad, green onions from the excursion. For my MUFA, I'm going to make my own MUFA with sun-dried tomato and grilled zucchini. Seasonings, I don't have the fresh parsley, so I'm going to try this. And then the bread. Now, I've cut the ends off of some of the bread because my daughter doesn't like the ends. And then the other ones I'm just going to stuff in the cup. So I will be spraying my muffin tins with non-stick cooking spray. Place the bread in the tin. I'm using the big pieces for, you know, me and my family members who just refuse to follow the diet. It's hard to show this with one hand holding the camera. I have to come back. Now these are the finished stuffed cups with the bread. Now the recipe calls for you to trim the edges off, flatten the bread, and you can get 2 rounds out of 1 piece of bread, but this is how I'm doing it. Each piece of bread is 70 calories, and I'm sure these are less because I'm sure these right here are less than 70 calories because I've cut the edges off, but this 1 piece of bread is 70 calories. So I'm going to do it this way because I usually make them like this, but I wanted to try something different. So I'm going to do them like this. And this is how they look. I know they look crazy, but we're going to keep going. Now I have the fluted egg cups in the oven. They have to cook for 15 minutes. Now the recipe calls for 8 egg whites. I have 4 egg whites and 4 eggs in here. I'm cheating a little because I'm splurging today. I did really good this week, so other than me being sick, it's Sunday. I like to treat myself sometime on Sunday, so I'm going to cheat with the 4 eggs and then the 4 egg whites. But to be true to the recipe, use 8 egg whites. I have my skillet heating here. It's been heating for a minute, so I'm pouring the 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the skillet. And my eggs, I mixed them up. And I decided to substitute the Italian seasoning with some tarragon. I think the Italian seasoning might be a little too, you know, has stems in it and stuff. I don't want to turn anybody off, so I'm going to substitute and try that since I do not have the parsley that the recipe calls for. So the oil looks like it's heating up pretty good. And I'll pour in the green onions, the basil, and I'll put the tarragon in the egg mixture. So I'm just going to stir these around, let them saute for a couple of minutes. I know I shouldn't be using this, but you know how we do. Okay, so my green onion and basil has been sauteing for 3 minutes. Now I'm going to pour in the egg mixture. Now when I cook my eggs, when I scramble my eggs, I don't do a lot of stirring. It makes them look funny to me. That's how I used to scramble them when I was a kid. But years ago, my brother-in-law showed me a neat trick. And then my godmother, just recently, she told me she cooks her eggs the same way. So what you do is you wait until they start forming on the side. And then you just push the sides to the center of the pan, basically. And see the fluffy part in the middle? That's what I like my eggs to be, fluffy. So I don't have to spend a lot of time stirring. And the eggs cook really good. So then I'll let that get, you know, set around the edges. And then I'll push it. And I'll keep doing that. I think I'll have to do it maybe about 4 times. See how it's cooking up really nicely without a lot of stirring. And pretty soon they'll be done. So I'll show you the finished product. I'm going to add some shredded cheese to the eggs since they're almost set. And then continue to cook. But since my skillet is going all willy-nilly, these should be done in about 2 minutes. Here, can you hold this for me, sweetie, so I can show?
Why do the eggs?
Well, why would you say that?
No, I
put cheese in there. Don't talk about my eggs.
What?
No, my flaws.
But
I put cheese in your eggs all the time. You just don't know it. Yeah. Okay, so this is stirring up. I do not like runny eggs, so they'll sit for a minute. And then we're going to put them in the cup. I'm taking my cups out of the oven. And now I'll spoon the mixture into the cups. Here are the finished products. I'll top them with sun-dried tomato and the grilled zucchini, but I wanted to show you how these look. My family won't eat the MUFA, but I will, and I'm going to make my MUFA out of the sun-dried tomatoes and grilled zucchini since they're both in olive oil. So I'll show you mine, but I wanted to show you these because these will be going to my family. They'll each get 2. Sun-dried tomato and the zucchini that I'll chop and go with some paprika. Then top with the zucchini and sun-dried tomato. Delicious. Pretty.